Once the giants of Europe, AC Milan, are definitely struggling in today's terms, struggling in the league and also struggling to keep hold of their fans. Their fans refused to attend their game against Cagliari, boycotted the stadium, and those who did attempt put up these massive signs to protest against the way the club is being run. Their owner, never shy from controversy, Berlusconi. They don't like the idea of where he's taking the club. They're unaware of whether he wants to sell the club, whether he wants to stick around, and he has led them through fantastic times in the last 3 generations and many European Champions League trophies, etc. But now it's a combined frustration. This is like the team that's just always been at the pinnacle of Italian football. Italian football as a whole has went slightly downhill. Juventus trying to pick up this year. Slightly downhill, Juventus trying to pick up. But now sitting mid-table in the Serie A, the AC Milan fans have had enough.
Right, and as from a fan's perspective here, it just seems like they want clarity. I know that was one of the quotes that was mentioned in the article that we did find from ESPN, Yahoo Sports, BBC, all these places. And it just seems like the owner is just not being transparent with them on what they want to do. And as a fan of a club and these lifelong fans, especially in soccer, you see it, or football, I should say, I'd be pretty frustrated. I'd be very frustrated. And I thought it was pretty funny what Jerry Menez did.
Yeah.
Goal scorer he scored 2. He's 14 to 15 goals in the Serie A. Puts him second in the Serie A this year, underneath Carlos Tevez. So it's not like they don't have an entertaining amount of players. You got the second leading goal scorer in your league. His celebration was him calling for the fans to make some noise, but of course I think there were 6 fans there, and there's also some great pictures of the game over.
Yeah, and I've been on the receiving end of an unbelievable AC Milan era. I was a Celtic fan when AC Milan would play against Celtic with Kaká during his prime, and they were a fantastic team to watch. The atmosphere was chilling at times in the San Siro. It was a cauldron to play in, and Inter Milan even, I don't think they get anywhere near the same amount of fans as well, because both teams struggling. Inter Milan just crashed out of the Europa League, a league that they would have kind of, no offence to the Europa League, but Inter would have laughed at before, because Jose Mourinho took them to the Champions League final and won it previously. Right. And all these teams just seem to be struggling at the moment. As I said, Juventus, got a lot of credit to them. Napoli flying the flag as well. But these major giants in Italian football just really struggling at the moment. I think the fans are frustrated.
Is Juventus enough to bring Serie A back to, I guess, the spotlight, considering it seems like the Premier League within itself is obviously always going to be watched. La Liga, of course, El Clasico just happened.
Yeah.
But it wasn't long ago, doing my due diligence, my research here, 3-4 years ago, AC Milan and the Serie A were on top of the world.
Yeah, of course, and I agree with that. I used to love watching Italian football, and let me get it straight. The Serie A, people are saying that suddenly this fallen off the radar. No one has really enjoyed the Serie A the way that you enjoy the way you enjoy La Liga or Premier League, because it's a more defensive structured football. I'm appreciative of the game as a whole, so I loved to watch the Serie A. It was a great league, it was a great defensive performance, and they had great players there. But on a European standpoint, they're no longer taken as seriously. Now, I said it at the start that Juventus are a team that has to be watched in the Champions League. But that being said, that's not enough for Italian football to be continually respected in Europe, considering the way that they used to play, because they used to dominate. They used to, and it goes in waves. People are right to say that stop panicking about the Premier League. It will come back in waves. But you can only live in the present. 3 or 4 years without an appearance in a latter stage of a competition is something you have to address.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. So I think that Juventus slowly bring the teams back up, but in an AC Milan standpoint, you look at the images, insert coin and save Milan, game over, this is the end, all these fantastic images. Not fantastic in what they stand for, but just the fans.
It's creative.
It's creative. The fans are clearly demonstrating that they're not supporting this team. And this is a massive 80,000-seat stadium.
Backs are turned.
Yeah.
That's what I found most impressive about this picture specifically. And this could be before the game started, but I've been looking through all of them. Yeah. People weren't even watching.
Yeah.
They're there to basically make their protest, and I think their point's getting across.
Yeah, and fans have done that before. Fans have turned their back on teams to stand for something. And in this scenario, I got to feel bad for the AC Milan coach, the head coach Filippo Inzaghi. He was an outstanding veteran for AC Milan, scored many goals, led them to many fantastic trophies, and he must be hurt because he's the manager of this team. This is his boyhood team. He's loved them all his life, played for them, and now he's coaching them, and they're going through his transition process. And I don't think it's anything specifically to do with him. I think the last 2 or 3 years, AC Milan have really been struggling to attract the same talent. I mean, in their prime, recently they had the likes of Ronaldinho come back when he was slowly going towards the end of his career. They've had some fantastic players, but they just don't have that same respect that they used to have, and that's the only thing I can kind of finish on. So we want to know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think of the AC Milan fans? Are they right to do so? Are they right to voice their frustrations? Let us know in the comment section below. As always, from the dynamic duo here, Francis and Jason, I just called it that. Leave your comments in the section below. Subscribe.